Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's Top 5 Camps. I'm the trained neurotic gorilla, and as ever guys, I've got some incredible camps to show you from some of the best builders in the Fallout 76 community. Now then, the first half of this video is going to be the best clean builds of the week, and the second half of the video is going to be the best immersive builds. So without further ado, let's take a look at them, shall we? In the number 5 spot this week, we have Silver Bunny with the Glam Grotto. And the first thing that stands out to me about this, guys, is the bloody camp location. I don't know if you've noticed yet, but this whole entire build is done underneath the map. Now, you know, this is quite an unconventional choice. However, this spot is actually really cool. It's very forgiving, and if you want to build a camp like Bunny's done here, you know, a recess kind of home thing, it's a really nice spot to do it in. I'm not going to lie, it's actually quite wasted being hidden away like this, but anyhow, I digress. Camp locations aside, guys, Bunny's done a phenomenal job with this build. The way it fits in underneath the cliff face it just looks really sweet. I do like it. You know what, guys? I'm actually quite surprised at this. The environment doesn't look too glitchy for something that's been built under the map either. I mean, sure, if we had a proper look around, we may see some interesting stuff, but we'll just gloss over that. Ah yeah, Bunny, I think you've nailed this exterior, but for me, it's your interior decor that really sold this build. I mean, just look at that. That's one cool effect in it. The way that the rocks are blending in with the build. Looks like a bloody supervillain's hideout. Oh, and I must say, I do like that seating arrangement you've got going down there. Very nice indeed, Bunny. Overall, you've nailed this. The location, like I say, it's very unique, and I think you've done a fantastic job with it. The build itself, yeah, it's well put together. It's very nicely decorated. Ah, it's solid work, this, Bunny. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 5 spot. In number 4 this time round, we have Moonlight Cowboy with the Vista Aneurysm Veranda. I mean, I don't have to say anything, do I? This thing speaks for itself. It's absolutely gorgeous. The exterior is Cowboy's, you know, typical unique design. I don't know how he has the time or patience to put these things together. In all honesty, I would sooner kick myself in the penis than try and, you know, replicate this. It looks like a bloody ball ache, mate. That being said though, your hard work and tenacity, it's paid off. It's colourful, it's unique, and you can tell you've put a lot of effort into it. Now, onto your interior, mate, I'm going to be straight up honest with you. I would like to have seen more decor, and in your recent videos, you can tell that you have stepped up your game in that department. That being said though, that spiral staircase you've thrown together is properly cool. And I'm not going to lie to you, I really do like your ground floor. I'm not sure what type of floor pieces you've used, but yeah, they're pretty sweet, them actually. All in all, Cowboy, you've killed it yet again. This build is visually spectacular, and it's more than deserving of the number 4 spot. So yeah, thank you very much for entering this week, my friend. In number 3 this week, we have Thanatos Wolf with Granny's House, and I love what Thanatos has done here. He's stepped out of his scrappy and immersive, you know, comfort zone and thrown this together. That's quite a switch up, mate, so yeah, fair play to you. Very impressive indeed. Now, the exterior of this build is your typical modern house. You know, you've got your glass walls in there, your edges, it's all very clean. But I must say, mate, I like how reserved you've been with it. You know, you've not got wall pieces jutting off at crazy angles. It's nice and simple, and yeah, I do like that. All in all, mate, I think you've done a fantastic job with this exterior. And when you take into account that you're a scrappy builder, then yeah, it's all very impressive, I must say. However, ladies and gents, it's not just the exterior that really stands out on this build. I've actually had the pleasure of seeing this in person, and the interior is, well, it's just as impressive. Come on, let's take a look at it. Yep, simply lovely. For a kick-off, take a look at that kitchen. That looks bloody bob on. I'm telling you, that kitchen set, guys, if you haven't got it, consider, you know, picking it up from the Atomic Shop next time it comes around. It's such a bloody cool piece of kit, especially when you throw some decor on it like Thanatos has. Yeah, that looks really good, that. Thanatos, you've knocked this one out of the park. The whole build, exterior and interior, is bloody belting, mate. And like I said, considering you're usually a scrappy builder, aye, fair play. I raise my glass to you. Thank you very much for entering this week, Thanatos. Congratulations on the number 3 spot. In number 2 this week, we have Lady H with the Dream Clinic build. And this thing is obviously a clean build. However, it's that well put together, it could actually be, you know, switching into the realms of immersive a little bit. I mean, yeah, that waiting room is, you know, it's pretty accurate. Now, interior spaces aside, let's start off with the exterior, and Lady H, you've nailed it. That is one cool looking structure, I must say, and that Vault-Tec sign, I think that sits in perfect with her. Honestly, the level of detail on this thing is absolutely incredible. I mean, take a look on top at roof here. Now, I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to be exactly, but it looks like some form of aircon ventilation system thing to me. I don't know, am I right? Let me know in comments, Lady H. Either way, it's a level of detail that a lot of builders wouldn't put in, so yeah, I respect the fact that you've, took the time to add this on. Now, onto the interior, and as we've discussed, this place has got a killer waiting room. That thing is spot on. The back office we've got going on here as well. Again, that is perfectly well put together. I'm telling you, these sections of the build, they're borderline immersive. Now, the rest of this place is dedicated to, funnily enough, being a sleep clinic. The way Lady H has actually edited up is really cool as well. We got this mon here who's got a recurring dream about a forest. We got another patient here who's struggling to fall asleep. We've also got this patient who's dreaming of a world that burns. Aye, there's a magnitude of funky shit going on in here. Lady H, this build is fantastic. The concept behind it, the way you put it together, it's really bloody cool it is. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 2 spot. Right then, so now we come to the part of the video where we find out who's got the number 1 position of the Clean Camps category. Now, before we find out who's won, I've got to mention, we have got 2 more Clean Honourable Mentions, but we'll put all them together in the Immersive category later on. Anyhow, without further ado, this week's Clean Build winner is Unused Settee, with this absolutely gorgeous build. Now, on the exterior front, it does have kind of a immersive vibe to it. Now, yes, obviously it's not a scrappy thrown together shack somewhere, but it's got that dilapidated kind of look about it. It's kind of a mad mix between clean and scrappy, and I do like that kind of effect. Now, the structure itself isn't anything too over the top. It's actually quite simple. Although I think I'm right in saying it looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? Let me know what you lot think in comments. The pièce de résistance about this build, though, is, ladies and gents, the interior. I mean, just take a look at that. It's absolutely phenomenal. Right off the bat, I love how you've got the stepped up floor there. That is a really cool effect. And again, I love the use of that new kitchen set. It's really standing out in this build as well. And the awesome decor doesn't stop in the kitchen. The rest of the build has been beautifully well put together. I mean, just take a look at it. We've got some sweet merge glitches going on, and the way that the junk and decoration's been scattered around, I think it really works well. Again, guys, it's got quite a nice mix between immersive and modern style building. It's an odd combination, but it's working. Settee, this thing's bloody awesome. You can tell you put a load of time into this, and like I said, the decor is what really stood out for me in this one. Thank you very much for entering this week, and thank you to Milnit for uploading this on behalf of yourself. Congratulations on the number 1 spot in the Clean Build category. Hats off to you, mate. Right then, so that wraps up the top 5 camps of the Clean Build category. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at the top 5 immersive camps of the week, and trust me, you don't want to miss them. Before we have a ganders though, I'm guessing that some of you guys watching this video are thinking, you know what, my camp could be in the top 5, and yeah, that very well may be true. However, unless I see your camps, I don't bloody know, do I? Fortunately, mon petit fleurs, there is a simple solution to this. In the description of this video, you'll see a link to my Discord. All you got to do is click on it, and when you're in there, you just submit your camps to the weekly submissions page. It really is as easy as that. Also, a little side note for all you guys that are going to be moving over to Starry Field. I'm also going to try and feature some builds from that as well. Again, I've got a little section for it in my Discord, and we're going to experiment and see what happens. So yeah, if you've got any Starfield builds, come on over and submit them too, and we're just going to play that one by ear. Anyhow, enough waffling on about Discord, let's take a look at this week's top 5 immersive camps. And in the number 5 spot, we have Shawzo with the Scavenger's Repaired House. Now mate, I love how you've took this old, destroyed, shitty little building here and turned it into, well, this wonderful creation. This thing absolutely screams immersion. This is exactly the kind of thing you would expect to see in a wasteland. It's ramshackled, it's scruffy, it looks thrown together. You've hit the nail on the head with this one, my friend. Your interior's exactly the same as well, and I must say, it does look like you've upped your game in the decorating department. Straight up with you now, pal, cards on the table. This is by far the best one that I've seen interior-wise from yourself. You have done done a properly decent job on decorating this in a scrappy and scruffy kind of way. The blend of the pre-existing structure and what you've put down yourself, it works perfectly, man. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 5 spot. More than well deserved. Coming in at number 4 this week, we have Aussie Kitty Cat with the Little Red and the Big Bad Wolf Camp. And as well as your filming, which I must say, Kitty Cat is feckin' phenomenal, the build as well is, it's top notch. This thing genuinely looks like a little cabin in the woods, and I like how you've used the stair pieces to create that, pointy boy 1200 roof at the front. I saw Game Badgers doing something similar on one of his builds, and Bethesda, if you're watching this, I'm not sure if you are, please put in some roof pieces that point like that. It would make life so much bloody easier. Trust me, we need them. Honestly, Kitty Cat, this build is phenomenal, and I love how you've used the little foot lockers as walls as well. That's really clever, that is. Seriously, you've hit this thing for 6. The interior is just as well done too. It has got that cosy cabin vibe about it, although it does have quite a dark vibe about it as well. Intriguing. Kitty Cat, thank you very much for entering this week. This build was properly sound. Congratulations on the number 4 spot. In number 3 this week is Last One Left with the Scrap Shack build. A massive thank you to Moonlight Cowboy for uploading this on behalf of Last One Left. Again, very gentlemanly of you. Now, the unbelievable thing about this camp is there is no traditional wall pieces, roof pieces, or floor pieces used in its entire construction. Everything you see here has been jury-rigged by Last One Left to make, well, this fantastic looking little build here. Take the wall pieces for example. I believe they're made by shelving units. The roof is made out of scaffolding ramps, and the second story floor has been very intricately made using conduits and rugs. That in itself is a work of art, and it must have took bloody ages. Last One Left, this is one seriously impressive build. Again, the fact you've used no walls, no roof pieces, no floors is absolutely mind-blowing. You even had enough left in you to do a decent job of the decorating. Aye, this thing is bob on. Last One Left, thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 3 spot. More than well deserved, believe me. In the number 2 spot this week, we have Fuzzbrain with the free items only camp. And this thing is pretty cool, and the reason why is in the name of the build itself. Not one single aspect of this camp has been put together using Atomic Shop items. Every single thing you see here can be found in game, whether that be through events, quests, vendors. What I'm trying to say is these are all vanilla items which you don't have to pay for. It just goes to show you can make an incredible camp without spending a single penny. I mean, look at this thing. It's fantastic. It's scrappy. It's immersive. It's so lore friendly. It could almost pass as something that were put in the game by Bethesda. Now, the interior is on exactly the same level. It is beautifully decorated. And when I say beautifully decorated, it's full of shit. But that's how scrappy builds are supposed to be. Aye, literally everything in this build, from the outside to the inside, looks like it should be there. You can tell Fuzzbrain spent a load of time on this. Thank you very much for entering this week, mate. And also, thank you for showing us what can be done with the stuff that's given to us in-game. Honestly, I think this is going to open a few people's eyes who watch this video. Congratulations on number 2 spot, pal. Very well deserved. Right then, so now we come to the number 1 spot. And who do you think's got it this week? Well, I'd love to tell you, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep you waiting for just a little bit longer, because it's time for the honourable mentions section, yes! And like I mentioned before, guys, we're going to have 2 honourable mentions from the clean category, and we're going to have 2 from the immersive category. So that's 4 in total. Let's have a look at them. The first honourable mention goes to Janari with the OK Bloomer camp. Ah, yeah, I see what you've done there. Very clever. Now, right off the bat, Janari, I love the shape of this camp, and I love how compact it is as well. It's a really cool looking little structure, and I like how you've gone for, something with a little bit of shape rather than just a little square box thrown down. What's pretty decent is what I'm trying to tell you. Now, the inside is beautifully decorated. I'm guessing you've gone for some form of flower shop. I'm not quite sure what gave that away. Could be the plants, I guess. I think my favourite part of the old build, though, is how you've got the suitcases on top of the wires there. That's really clever. It's dead simple, but it looks pretty sweet, doesn't it, guys? Aye, of course it does. Janari, thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Now, the second clean honourable mention goes to Alleycat, with the quite aptly named Modern Home build. And I love the exterior of this thing, despite it being a modern modern home, it looks different than most of the ones that we see in the Wasteland, doesn't it? It's quite a unique, design. I think them double layers of roofs you've got going on are pretty cool, and that little Dorito boy window you've got there as well. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Like I say, it's all very unique, and it does stand out from the crowd. Now, the only thing for me, Alley Cat, was there wasn't much decor on the interior of it. Now, please don't let that take away from the build. It is absolutely awesome. I would have just liked to have seen a little bit more put into it. But on the whole, it's spot on. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Now, our first immersive honourable mention this week goes to Milne with the abandoned mine village. And mate, this one's, this is a solid build from you right here. Right off the bat, mate, I love how you've decided to build in the ash heap. Not a lot of people do that, so kudos to you on that front. And I'm also a fan who've decided to do a kind of settlementy village kind of build. It looks pretty damn convincing. You would be forgiven for thinking this was an in-game location, at least upon first glance. Obviously there is some telltale signs, isn't there? Overall, mate, this is a properly solid build from yourself. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Now, our final mention of the week goes to No to Jake with the Scenic Solitude build. And again, this was very kindly uploaded by Silver Bunny on behalf of Jake, so thank you very much. Now, this build is pretty cool, it's quite small, it's quite compact, but it just screams immersion. I mean, take a look for yourself, guys. It's right in front of you. I think the location that Jake chose as well is bloody spot on for this kind of structure. Those bloody tyres on top of those random spikes. I'm not quite sure what they are. Are they supposed to be tree stumps? Christ knows. Either way, this old buddy build is immense despite its small stature. I think my favourite thing about it, and I don't know why, is the little entranceway you've made there out of conduits and the little dock. They're only minor details, but I think it really does make this camp. Jake, thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Right then, so now we come back to the number one spot of the top 5 immersive camps of the week. And who do you think's got it? Well, I'm not going to keep you waiting for any longer. This week's winner is the legend himself, Nux Blackthumb, with the truck house build. And wow, this thing is... it's next level. I don't know what it is with you, Nux, but every single build you put forward just smashes it every single time. And it's not just your camps either. The way you film your videos and the amount of effort you put into them, it's truly mind-blowing. Seriously, guys, don't just watch Nux's build here. Head on over to his channel and watch the full thing there. Trust me, you won't regret it. You know what? Sod it. I'm going to set a challenge for you all now. At the time of recording this video, Nux is on 959 subscribers. Can we help him get to 1,000? You know what? I'm betting that we can. Anyhow, enough of all that, let's continue looking at this fantastic masterpiece here. I don't know how he's done it, but Nux has managed to make a fully functioning camper on the equivalent of one floor piece here on the back of this truck. And despite it being such a small build, the amount of detail that he's managed to get in is astonishing, to be honest with you. Seriously, guys, this thing is properly cool, and it's immersive as well. I don't know how a camper in the wasteland can be, but I'm looking at it right here. It's just fucking incredible, to be honest with you. The inside's exactly the same as well. I mean, just take a look at this. How kitted out is this thing? There is so much shit in here, and it is so well put together. I honestly don't know how he manages it. Honestly, these are the kind of builds that you look at and think, how do you do that? Anyway, Nuts, I'm going to stop blowing smoke up your ass. I think I've, conveyed my feelings of this build across enough now. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number one spot. More than well deserved, my friend. And thank you to everybody who entered this week. Honestly, we have 30 odd entrants this week, and all of them was, they was up there. They just keep getting better and better. Now, sticking with the subject of the top 5, I'm not sure how it's going to be going down over the next few weeks. I'm still going to do them, but whether we get enough entrants to keep doing this split format, I don't know. The long and short of it is, Starfield's come out, hasn't it? And I know a lot of the 76 community is going to be migrating over. So we're just going to play it by ear and see what happens. And like I said, I have actually made that Starfield submissions bit, but that is going to be an experiment, I think the best way is to describe it. I'm not sure how much attention it's going to get, so yeah, we're just going to play everything by ear over these next couple of weeks. Anyhow, as ever, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my channel members and Patreons. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's anything you guys are interested in, there is a link in description, as well as links to all my other socials. However, if that's not your kind of thing, at least consider hitting that like button and leaving a comment on this video. It helps more than you know, trust me on that one, guys. Anyhow, as we say it north, I'll love you and leave you, and I'll catch you next one. Have fun, everybody.